The trip was supposed to be simple. 4 of us were driving overnight to save on hotels. We'd done it before. Take turns driving, stop when someone needed coffee or gas, push through until morning. We were relaxed about it, talking in low voices, the car packed just enough to feel cramped, but familiar. It was late enough that the highways were empty, the kind of quiet where the road feels wider than it really is. The dashboard lights were dimmed, and the engine noise settled into something steady and almost hypnotic. About an hour in, one of us asked to pull over. He shifted in his seat first, then leaned forward, pressing a hand to his stomach. He said he felt sick. Probably something he ate earlier. No one questioned it. We'd all been living on gas station food and caffeine all day. We exited onto a rural road and stopped near a stretch of trees just beyond the shoulder. No houses, no lights. Just darkness and the sound of insects. The kind of place where the dark feels close, like it presses in once the headlights shut off. He stepped out of the car for a minute while the rest of us waited inside. The doors stayed locked out of habit. Someone turned the radio down even though it was already low. Nothing about it felt strange at the time. It felt routine, forgettable. When he came back, he seemed shaken, not panicked, just unsettled. He moved slower than before, pausing with his hand on the door before getting in. He said someone had been standing farther back from the road, watching him. Not close enough to speak to, not far enough to ignore. We asked who. We expected a quick answer. He didn't know. Just a figure. Older, maybe. He said the man hadn't spoken, just stood there like he was waiting for something. He kept looking out the rear window as he talked. We brushed it off. No one wanted to be the first to sound nervous. Out here, someone could have been checking their property or just passing through. Rural roads are like that. That explanation felt thin, but it was enough. We got back on the road. The tires hummed louder on the pavement. Or maybe we were just listening harder. 10 minutes later, I noticed someone standing near the edge of the shoulder ahead. At first I thought it was a signpost. Same posture, same stillness, arms down, head angled slightly toward the road. As we passed, I glanced over. I felt that brief, instinctive urge to look away, but didn't. It looked like the same person, or close enough that the difference didn't matter. I didn't say anything right away. I waited to see if anyone else would. A few miles later, another figure appeared ahead, closer to the road this time, standing exactly the same way. The headlights caught it suddenly, like it had been there the whole time. That's when someone else noticed too. They said my name first, just to make sure I was seeing it. No one joked about it. The silence in the car changed, heavy and focused. None of us wanted to stop again that far from town, so we just kept driving, watching the mirrors. Every shadow along the shoulder started to feel intentional. At some point, something struck the side of the car. It came from the passenger side, fast and unexpected. It sounded like something solid hit the side panel. Not metal, not glass, something dull and heavy. The driver swerved. We overcorrected. The car clipped the guardrail and spun before coming to a stop. The world outside the windows blurred into streaks of dark and reflected light. No one was seriously hurt. A few scraped knuckles, shallow breaths, shaking hands. We sat there in silence for a few seconds before getting out, long enough to hear our own breathing. The road was empty. No movement in either direction. No debris. No sign of what had hit us. Even the guardrail looked untouched where we'd stopped. Eventually, a local truck pulled over to help. He asked what happened. His voice was calm, like this wasn't the first time. We tried to explain, but it sounded wrong out loud. So we just said we lost control. None of us corrected the others. He helped us call for assistance and waited with us until help arrived. He didn't ask follow-up questions. Before he left, he said something casually, like an afterthought. He mentioned that people sometimes misjudge that road at night. Depth perception gets strange. Shadows play tricks on you, especially when you're tired. He smiled when he said it, like it was common knowledge. We didn't argue. There didn't seem to be a point. The rest of the trip was quiet. No music, no small talk. Weeks later, after we'd all gone back to our normal routines, one of us mentioned seeing someone standing near the road on a completely different drive, miles away from where the accident happened. He brought it up casually, like he'd almost forgotten until then. He said it didn't scare him. That was the part that bothered me most. It just confused him, like he couldn't place it in his memory properly. We never compared details, no descriptions, no timelines. None of us wanted to.